Initially, the routines do help, but what really runs the show in you is your subconscious mind. And I believe if you just change one little thing, or if you really become aware of your subconscious mind, then you can shift your life in such a huge way, more huge than what any habit will ever give you. If you implement these habits of like meditating, yoga and everything, and they do help you to an extent, but if you feel like you're not really improving that much anymore, or like you feel like it's not really helping that much as you thought it would, like it hasn't really changed your life, then I think this video is for you. I would sleep, then wake up and do my meditation every single day for months, and do my cold shower and everything. Literally went David Goggins style. The people close to me know exactly how that went. It did not end well, but I ended up tearing my ACL. But that just goes to like further prove my point, where like sometimes what other people do does not really match and make. When you stop checking in with yourself and disconnect and just blindly follow the routines, you're kind of disconnecting from your own compass. You could be doing all the right things and still feel wrong. Why am I feeling stressed, sad, anxious still? Like I'm not really making much of a difference in my life if I'm following all the routines that other people do to make themselves feel better. When you first discover self-help, it feels so exciting and empowering, and you kind of like become a bit amazed at how much something can really change your life. But later, as like years go past, the novelty kind of fades, and we all have our unfair advantages in life. If you do these routines and you want to be like someone, you follow the whole routine, the whole like day, and you might even not end up feeling like that person, because we have so much past in us, we have so much depth in us. I got so frustrated because I would follow like people's routines, and like I would feel so weird when I didn't feel at my optimal. I didn't feel just like how they felt. Maybe that was just me, but a lot of the work is like in your inner voice. But I believe like different people have to overcome different things to come at the same level as someone else. Like if someone had depression and they want to be happy, but someone is like just a bit unsatisfied and they want to be happy, like those two people have to like work differently, and they both still have to work hard, but they have to work differently to get to that point. And like what you can do, what's so powerful, is that if you add the habits and routines that you have learned from books and everything, but then you kind of like manufacture them to self-awareness, that can be really powerful. When you start to listen inwards and have those tools to help you, it can be great. It can be way better than just blindly following them, but like integrating them into what you want to see and what improvements you want to see in your life. But like if you just don't listen to yourself, it can really increase your stress and trust for yourself over time. Listening to yourself isn't lazy, it's wise. And it's also really adaptive. All I'm saying is just, you should listen to yourself, but how do you listen to yourself? Listening to yourself, it might mean doing yoga instead of strength training. It might mean just sleeping in a little bit more. It might mean doing nothing and just journaling. If you wake up one day and you don't want to do your meditation, cold shower routine, maybe listening to yourself and what you need in that moment. If you're feeling something, maybe journaling would be better. It's really to just listen to yourself, and that way like you build so much trust over time. And like you may think it's quitting discipline, but it's not. You're just shifting the foundation that discipline stands on. And I feel like I don't really believe that much in discipline. You really know what discipline, but What I think discipline is that I think discipline is actually identity. When identity shifts, execution feels less like effort. It's just who you are. If you identify yourself as like someone who meditates, who's mindful, it's so much easier to just do the meditation because that's who you are, instead of wake up and just be like, oh, I have to do my meditation. And that again, the identity, the importance of identity goes back to your inner voice, your inner self, which is why it's so important to just listen to yourself. Because when you listen to yourself, you can build on that identity, you can find out the identity that you are, and you can improve it and tweak it instead of just following things and calling it discipline. While it is discipline, but like when your identity shifts, the discipline is just made so much more easier because it's who you are. And I guess you could do something so many times that it becomes who you are, and that does help as well. But like, I think it does help, but you have to like do it again and again and again. But instead, if you just look inwards, I feel like the shift comes a lot faster and easier. But of course, the more you do something, the more you become. So, fake it till you make it is actually a real thing. It does work. How do we listen to our inner voice while having our habits? Instead of ticking the box saying, I wrote 3 pages today, you could go, okay, I wrote 3 pages, yes, but how did I feel after writing these 3 pages? Did I feel grounded, anxious, fulfilled? Like becoming so aware of your own feelings, and it builds a lot of self-trust instead of relying on metrics that might not make you feel good. Like you just know. And also what I do is I have like a base morning routine, but I change it every single day based on how I'm feeling. Like the 3 questions that I ask myself in the morning is, what do I need today? How do I want to feel today? And what is one small action that supports that? So you can have a base morning routine and just add something that will help you feel what you want to feel in the morning. Discipline rooted in self-awareness is sustainable, but discipline rooted in shame, pressure of like doing the routine is really just emotional burnout waiting for you. I am not saying that all of the knowledge out there is just not going to help. I think they really do help, and honestly, it shifted my life around like crazy, but I just wish I listened to myself sooner. But when it comes to your life, I believe that the voices on the outside and the books and everything should be subject to your authority, not your authority, if that makes sense. Like everything should be subject to your authority, but it's not going to be your authority. But yeah, I just think this is so important to practice even at the start of you trying to improve your life, because it will like make your journey so much faster, so much easier. Hopefully. Actually, no, it's not easy. Okay. Anyways. Sometimes you need to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. And you have the answers literally all inside of yourself. You are your own little self-help book. Everything's inside you. You just need to dig, and maybe you're just one more question from your subconscious mind away from making a breakthrough and breaking through some bad habit that you have, bad cycle. That's it for today. I finished yapping. Have a good day. See you soon. Bye. Okay, I finished yapping. I should do something now, but